beginning of the season. Could we say that it's the beginning of the foundation of the long-term project of James and all the guys at Williams? And is the target to try to keep the P5 in the championship?
Yeah, well, honestly, since I first joined the team in 2022, it's been going forwards every year. I think that in terms of a performance point of view, this year's been a bigger step than the previous years. But saying that, yeah, I think we're on track. We're just chipping away at it each year. I think there's still more to come. I'm excited to see what happens next year. We're still very much focused on next year's car, but it shows, I think for us what's important is the philosophy of the car. We've changed a little bit from last year to this year, and it seems to be the right way to go. So, we will take that.
Well, if you expect to see the best of Carlos Sainz at Williams in the third race in a new car, then, yeah, you understand the sport very well, or you know at least how long it might take to a driver to actually get fully up to speed with a car and to fully understand where the last tenth or last 2/10 of each car lies on, no? But looking back at the first 3 races, I think I still haven't yet put a full weekend together.
Here in Bahrain, it's your 50th race with the team as well, and you think back 50 races ago, you made your debut here with Aston. It was a podium, so you must have fond memories firstly of that time, but equally the tenure you've had so far with the team. Just tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been a very good journey together, and yeah, especially coming back to Bahrain, our first race, and that podium. That yeah, it was incredible. So yeah, happy and proud to be part of the family of Aston Martin, and now let's go for another 50.
You have raced here in Bahrain from day one. You have won with Renault, with Ferrari in your debut, podium with Aston Martin. What are the secrets of this track in order to succeed, besides the good car?
Yeah, basically, yeah, you have to be really strong on tire management. Bahrain is very well known for tire degradation, a lot of demanding parts in the circuit for tires, and I think that will be the key also this year. And yeah, when you have a faster car, you can take care of the tires a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's been good. Gary has a lot of experience. He's been really great on the comms, and has brought new kind of ideas to my mind, and has some different thoughts around setup and areas to focus on. So I think it's been good, and I've definitely enjoyed working with him.
You're on the rookies. How do you feel the start into the Formula One season has been for you, and what has surprised you the most?
Start was, I feel like there's been a lot going on for me. Of course I had this anonymous race in Melbourne. I was cut really short, and then since then I've only had like really good pace, like surprisingly fast pace, and I'm just like thinking like how can we keep this going, and that's all I'm working on right now.
Are you a little bit caught by surprise that you've had such a good start to the season?
I would say so. Of course, I also did not expect the car to be performing this well, and the car gives me a lot of confidence to push, and yeah, quite surprised to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I think the car is, although I drove it a lot last year, it is different to what I'd been driving, and it probably took a bit of an adjustment, but yeah, I think from everyone's side, I think the team's had a very positive start to the year. Although the points don't show that from the team, the speed's been really, really good, and we're not taking it for granted, but we're obviously focused on staying there and trying to improve with everybody. And for me, obviously coming in now, it's just a good opportunity for me, and at a track that everybody's tested. So this weekend probably will be quite tough, probably even closer than it's been, which is quite crazy. But we're all just focused on the job.
These past turbulent weeks, were they more challenging than anything you have faced on track in your career? And how at home do you feel now at the Racing Bulls?
Just as much at home as I ever have, really. I think it has been tough, but yeah, as I said, I think being in another race weekend, and then going to another race weekend next weekend, it's just good to be racing a lot. It speeds up the process of adjusting to a car and fitting back into the team. So all of that's
also for next year.
You know, Melbourne was extremely difficult and quite a shock for all of us in the team. But, you know, we've managed to get some good performance out of China, and the car suddenly came alive. It's been more difficult again in Suzuka. This is what we are working on, obviously, at the moment, to try and figure it out. But yeah, it's more the home of Formula One. You know, we've done 3 days of testing. There's a lot of learning, you know, that has been done. There are things that we are going to continue testing on our side as well. But, you know, it's going to be an interesting weekend, and we'll see where we end up.
What we can achieve. I look forward to just having that clean weekend, putting it all together. And yeah, you know, this weekend we have a perfect opportunity. We have a full race weekend again. And I look forward just to coming back to Bahrain, as the others have touched on, you know, somewhere we were testing, albeit I think 25 degrees hotter here today. So it's going to be, you know, much completely different. And, you know, car balance, feeling, grip's going to feel terrible.
You want a lot of answers there. We know the answers. At the end of the day, we got to improve everywhere. So there are some areas which are, you know, slightly better than others. At the end of the day, it's a very tight midfield, and yeah, I think overall the car behaves quite good. I'm pretty happy. There are signs of you know, areas where definitely we need to find a bit more performance, but yeah, we can't really go into more details. We're quite honest with ourselves, and it's very clear the stuff we got to improve, and some are possible to improve, some others are not possible, but at the end midfield, and we're going to keep pushing to you know, close that gap.
I think definitely we've made some progress, you know, and you know, we're not far off, but you know, it's a very fine margin, and every little makes a difference. So yeah, you know, car performance, but also, you know, weekend execution and all that is quite crucial.
I want to get you, if you can speak for Audi, I don't know if you can, but there's a meeting about going back to naturally aspirated engines, whether it's a V10 or a V8. What's the thought in the team about that?
Yeah, I think obviously, you know, these new upcoming engine regulations, power unit regulations was, you know, a big part of the decision of Audi to enter Formula One. So I don't think, you know, there's a huge appetite from Audi's side to change that, you know, and also given it's already that close to that time. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of noise obviously around there. I don't know, you know, who kicked it up. Seems quite a bit like wishful thinking, but let's see what happens there.
We just think about starting FP1 and trying to balance the car the best we can do and put it in the right window. And as you said, there's so fine margins in this middle pack that, you know, if you nail a very good lap and if you have the car very well balanced, you can put the car a bit more forward than what we are now. So we're going to do the best for achieving that. We don't have targets, you know, we need to get to Q3 or to Q2. We just have what we want to achieve. But, you know, we're not setting any targets for now.
And personally, what has surprised you the most?
In what sense exactly you want to know?
Well, coming into the sport, coming into Formula One, you're a race driver, obviously.
Very busy
Formula
weekends.
One is different.
Very busy weekends, you know, no stop at all. I think in Junior Series you have more time to breathe and to think about what you're going to do in Formula One. I think you need to come to a race weekend very well prepared mentally and physically because they're very demanding, and I think that's the main difference in Formula One.
This is a track that you know well, that everybody knows well. So which are the biggest challenges you face in Sakir?
I think it's a very nice track because, you know, you have plenty of opportunities to overtake here and to make positions. I think tire, you know, degradation through the race is a big topic here. So you need to manage them very well. And yeah, I think this is going to be one of the main things here for us. And